Hello everyone! Last night I was updating myself on Reitanna's Doki Literature Club self-insert, and I forgot how insufferable she was, so I want to share it with all of you. And good god, this is fucking lengthy. I'm sure by the end of this you will be as annoyed as I am, especially if you care about the characters of Doki. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. I mean, she did a good job with, like, the sprite itself. I don't know why she put a fucking rat emoji on there. Like, she could have found some clip art and, like, traced over it or something. Update. Her character name is Rei, not Reitanna, and Anatier is labeled as question mark. I still think Rei is kind of, boring. I don't know. Why would you just name it after yourself? I can't be the only person who just gives self-inserts their own unique names, right? Reitanna loves animals, eccentric clothing, colorful and cute things, cartoons, video games, sweets, manga, anime, and toys. On the other hand, she also enjoys horror, rock and metal music, and hentai. Amazing. This is off to a flying start. Even though her interests would be considered childish, she is fairly intelligent and will do research on things if it interests her, or if she doesn't know what it is. You know what's funny? The real Reitanna doesn't do research on shit. In high school, she's in choir, advanced women's ensemble, and takes singing lessons, so she's a decent singer, though sight reading is hard for her. The main things she does are drawing and writing, though she also does some painting and crafts, as well as photography, which is another class she's taking. I mean, this is great and all, but, like, this stuff never comes up again. I don't know why. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sayori likes to do stuff like this, so I'm surprised they never do anything. She enjoys reading, but is very picky and will often judge a book by its cover or synopsis. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the point of a book. The literature club is a good place for her to work on stories or poems, or read books she's engrossed in. If she doesn't really feel like doing that, she'll usually draw, which Monica tries to motivate her to write/read instead because drawing isn't a club activity. Reitanna is very independent, so if she really doesn't want to do something, she'll refuse, though she tries to be polite. I mean, knowing this character and knowing the person who created it, no, she does not try to be polite. Reitanna can't stand sports, and is also kind of, really lazy. The laziness does not keep her from trying to get good grades. She's not a top student, but she's doing a bit more than okay. She has so many hobbies, sometimes she won't do any of them because she can't figure out which ones she wants to do. And so many hobbies that she just forgets she does them all together and they never come up again, and what's the point of reading this? She's also terrible at mornings, but forces herself awake on school days, sleeping on weekends. Wow, so interesting. The school dress code bothers her because she doesn't like to dress plain. She loves colorful hair, makeup, and has a labrae piercing, and short skirts. Okay, in Japan, I'm pretty sure the standard is like the skirt length goes down to the knees, I believe. I mean, knowing this person, she only likes short skirts because she's, like, slutty or something. She'll add things to make her uniform more cutesy, which she gets in trouble for, as well as her hair, makeup, and piercing. It's hard to tell what the rules are in the Doki school, because, like, I mean, the only one with normal hair is Sayori, so. But as mentioned before, she'll do what she wants. I mean, they should just kick her out of school at that point. However, despite this, she tries her best to follow the rules if there's a logical reason for them to be there. The school also does not like that she brings her strange plushie, Charmer, to school. I believe that Reitanna once said, she has that plushie in real life and, like, she sleeps with it. I don't know why she's bringing it to school then. Reitanna also carries her rat to school in her bag. Oh, for fuck's sake. Her fake PNG emoji rat. Disclaimer, this is a fictional universe, and rats in real life do not behave the same way they do in fiction. Please don't ever carry your rat in your bag to school or anywhere else. Blah blah blah. I mean, I'm glad she at least stated that, but it's still kind of stupid for the character to bring the rat to school. I mean, that must be, like, horrible for the rat. For one thing, I mean, it seems to be in the bag all the time, so it's either really dark or, like, it's on her shoulder, so I don't know, I feel like it could just easily get lost, or, like, starve, or someone could steal it, or maybe it gets confiscated. Because she seems to not be very secretive about it. Okay. Act 1 personality traits. Reitanna has a few close friends, and that's it. She's been a prime target for bullying her whole life, and her shyness doesn't help. Being a mildly rebellious teenager, she is more easy to open up to kind people. By teenager, I'm not sure exactly what age she means. I mean, the Doki Doki characters are canonically all 18. I mean, I know it's called 18 and thus technically a teenager, but that's also technically an adult. The reason I bring this up is because this person has expressed, sexual interest in teenagers.
I don't understand being sexually attracted to a kid. I can understand being sexually attracted to an adolescent, but that's called ephebophilia, and unlike pedophilia, it is not considered to be a mental disorder or mental problem. Basically, it all depends on what country you live in, what the age of consent is, what the legal age is, but seeing an adolescent, especially when they look like adults sometimes. I knew a girl in middle school who had the biggest boobs. You could swear she was like 16 or something, but she wasn't. She was 14. And it's okay to look at somebody who has their sexy parts and say, that person is good looking, that person is pretty, that person is sexy.
Yeah. When meeting new people, she is quiet and timid, and will avoid eye contact as much as possible, though eye contact will increase the better she gets to know you, especially if you find things to talk about with her. She has a problem with being touched by people she doesn't know, so if someone is standing too close, she'll inch away from them. Additionally, she also seems to be more intimidated by people taller than her. Same, honestly. My 5'3" ass. She's very comfortable around her friends in the literature club, so she'll be talkative, she'll laugh and be silly, and when she's comfortable with you, she'll show the same bubbly and happy behavior. Okay, this little part right here about her being happy, yeah, it's not really worth it compared to everything else about this character, and we'll get to that. She's incredibly kind to anyone as long as they're also kind. Bullshit. If she keeps eye contact, you'll know she's not intimidated by you. It's speculated that she, like Reitanna in real life, has autism, so I don't know. I have it myself, and I always have trouble with eye contact, but I don't know, maybe it's different for her. When first meeting her, Reitanna might come off as a little unfriendly, and once you get to know her, why would I want to, it becomes obvious that you misjudge her. Oh, it's my fault, huh? She will also wring her hands if she does not have Charmer in them, or her fidget spinner. When Reitanna is really comfortable with you, she doesn't mind being perverted or crude. We haven't even gotten to the really bad shit, and I already dislike this character. Like, no wonder she has barely any friends, both in the game and in real life. She doesn't mind being perverted or crude as long as it doesn't make the others uncomfortable. Okay. I mean, the only one I can see laughing at, like, sex jokes is probably Natsuki, and even then, I don't know, I feel like she'd be picky. She's not very secretive about liking hentai. Specifically Howie, and privately jokes to herself about Yuri's name. Unlike Natsuki, Reitanna is not ashamed of her childish interests, and unlike Yuri, she doesn't remain She does not remain shy the entire game. Okay, first of all, if you pick Yuri's route, she gradually becomes less shy with you. And obviously in Act 2, she becomes pretty yandere, and I wouldn't really call that shy. But it gradually grows more open and can often be quite loud. She also loves sharing what she wrote with people, especially if she thinks it's good and is proud of it. I mean, I've read this person's writing before. Not necessarily her poems, but just like her fanfiction, and I don't know if you should be proud of that. Also, I don't know if you hear a little like clicking sound. I've got a bracelet in my hand and I'm fidgeting with it. She seems to have trouble speaking sometimes, saying a lot between thoughts, and sometimes jumbles up words or creates new ones if she can't remember the actual word. I don't care. Do you think that's quirky and cute? Is that it? I'm pretty sure everyone does that. She will make fun of what she just said and call attention to how it was totally English. Japanese? She will also speak to her rat and sometimes reply back as the rat in a different voice. Another person she talks to is Charmer, but he doesn't respond back. Reitanna has created a backstory, I don't know why backstory is 2 words, for him, saying he's cursed, but she knows he really isn't. It's just a joke. Sorry. She's very creative and has a great sense of humor. No, she doesn't. I admit she is creative, but the great sense of humor, absolutely not. I was a fan of her for 4 years between the ages of 11 and 15. I'm 22 now, and I don't remember laughing at anything she said. And at that age, you laugh at pretty much everything. Reitanna will also hint that she takes medication, as well as suffering from insomnia. She'll also flinch if someone moves their hand toward her too quickly, and doesn't like sudden loud noises. Sometimes she'll run her fingers through her hair, but not flirtatiously. It seems to be involuntary. Okay, why are you mentioning this? I mean, DVLC isn't really an animated thing. Lastly, Reitanna has a crazy sweet tooth. When Natsuki bakes cupcakes or something, Reitanna hopes, no, prays, that there are some left over that nobody wants to finish, so she can gobble them down herself. Can't you just ask? Because of this love for sugar, she'll bake with Natsuki when they hang out at Rei's house. Okay. I don't know, I just feel like none of the Dokis would like her, especially enough to invite them to her house. Or invite her to their house. And Natsuki always feels thrilled when Rei enjoys her cooking. If you have candy or desserts, I don't care. For the festival, Reitanna is given the task to draw cute animals with books that she can tape up in Yuri's vibrations, as well as compile a music playlist. Behavior towards Sayori. Since Sayori is so happily and bubbly anyway, I meant to say happy, not happily, Reitanna feels much more comfortable with her than anyone else. It's easier for Reitanna to open up with herself when Sayori is around, and they find things to laugh about, and even hang out outside of school sometimes. Sometimes Sayori's ditziness annoys Reitanna just because of the small intelligence gap. I'm pretty sure she just called Sayori stupid. But she keeps it to herself. Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, even if Reitanna wasn't a bitch, I mean, I don't know, I feel like she'd call Sayori stupid anyway. I mean, MC calls Sayori stupid from time to time. Outside of school, Reitanna and Sayori know each other's backstories and problems with mental illness. No, you fucking don't, you Mary Sue. Like, the whole point of Act 1, Sayori didn't even tell MC about her depression until they were like 18 and they're childhood friends. So she would definitely not tell this fucking stranger about it. She would be more likely to tell one of the other club members first before this random freak. So they will often vent to each other, sharing feelings about the world, themselves, and it helps them cope. Okay, I feel like you could have written the end of that sentence better. Sayori's depression is a bit different than Reitanna's, and Sayori also does not take medication. So when Sayori isn't being everyone's sunshine, Reitanna will be her sunshine instead. By sunshine, you mean a star that is about to explode and kill everyone. Behavior toward Natsuki. Reitanna will get pretty ticked off by Natsuki's bad attitude and tries to influence her to be nicer. However, since they both have interests in cute things, it will make her be less hostile toward Reitanna when it's just the two of them. Okay, I doubt that's a good enough reason to not fight. I feel like it'd be worse if it was just the two of them. Reitanna tries to tell Natsuki that she doesn't have to be ashamed of herself for liking childish things, and doesn't need to act tough, but that she should be who she is. Since Natsuki is experiencing things at home that Reitanna has in the past, they both will work together to try and teach Natsuki how to deal with it. Okay, I like the fact that Natsuki has someone to vent to about that, but again, why does Reitanna know about these issues and not the other club members? It's very Mary Sue-ish. Reitanna keeps high-calorie snacks in her bag for Natsuki and will often invite her to her house over weekends, sometimes at the same time as Sayori. Behavior toward Yuri. Despite secretly laughing about Yuri's name, nobody cares. Reitanna still likes her. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know, Yuri is... in Japanese, it either means, like, lesbian or just lesbian porn. I don't know which one. Either way, Reitanna needs to shut the fuck up about it. Because Yuri still is an actual name. It has a different meaning if it's a person's name. I just don't remember what it is. Reitanna still likes her and relates to her very well. She's jealous of Yuri's beauty, especially because of her fantastic body. Can you, like, stop sexualizing everything? But doesn't show spite. Just jokes a little bit about Yuri being a babe. Yeah, I'm sure Yuri really likes that. I'm sure she doesn't completely secretly hate you. They both know what it's like to be insecure and shy, so Yuri is less embarrassed around Reitanna. Both of them also enjoy horror and gore, though it's not a sexual thing for Reitanna. Was it ever a sexual thing for Yuri? I'm pretty sure that was never stated. Just entertainment, for lack of a better word. Yuri is the most intelligent one in the club, and since Reitanna is a little above average intelligence, I don't give a shit. She talks about this a lot, just in general. I feel like her elementary school teacher told her that once, and then she just never let it go. She enjoys getting into discussions with Yuri, soaking up her thoughts, information, and brain stimuli just for the sake of learning new things, or simply sharing information. They don't usually hang out outside of school. Okay. And Reitanna does not know about her cutting herself, her knife collection, or that she has a blood fetish. Again, I'm pretty sure it's not a sexual thing for Yuri. Also, it's weird how Reitanna doesn't know about this, but she knows about Sayori's depression and Natsuki's abusive dad. It's so fucking flip-floppy. Like, make up your mind about whether or not you know these things in universe. Behavior toward Monica. Reitanna is less fond of Monica than everyone else because of the fact that Monica always acts innocent, but she's actually quite the control freak. Oh, that's rather ironic for you to say, Reitanna. And even then, in Act 1, I still think Monica is way more likable. Like, she's pretty nice, and she gives everyone helpful advice. Reitanna tends to follow rules, but to her, Monica seems bossy and self-centered. Again, ironic. Still, she will be kind to Monica, but isn't afraid to put her foot down for her own independency. Sometimes Reitanna acts a little passive-aggressive if Monica keeps pestering Reitanna to do something. Oh, it's almost like Monica is the club leader. Huh. Amazing. Reitanna gets a sharp look in her eyes that is intimidating, so Monica backs off. Oh, shut the fuck up. Like, even if Monica didn't have, computer powers, I'm pretty sure that's still not scary. I mean, this is a fucking girl with a rat on her shoulder and rainbow hair. That's not scary. I mean, fucking Sayori's scarier than that. She's a little ball of fluff. The two don't hang out outside of the club at all because the only thing they have in common is enjoying reading and writing. And being a total bitch, apparently. Monica will suggest books to Reitanna, but since Ray is picky, she hates it when other people suggest things like books and music for her to try, preferring instead to find things she likes on her own. I'm pretty picky about this too, but like, this combined with all the other things about this character, it just makes her more insufferable. Why is the one with MC like the longest paragraph? Behavior toward MC. MC is tall, but he's also cute, so Reitanna is extremely shy around him. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Yeah. I mean, attraction is subjective, I guess. He doesn't seem all that interesting to me. But then again, he's based on, like, those harem animes where the protagonist is really boring, but he has, like, 10 bitches after him. And is afraid of embarrassing yourself in front of him. Are you not afraid of embarrassing yourself in front of everyone else? She becomes mildly flirty when the two open up to each other, because MC likes anime and manga, so they find things to talk about. As a teenager, why do you keep stating this? Like, is she not a teenager all the whole time? Reitanna has a bad habit of developing crushes on cute boys who treat her with kindness, but she herself is very cute. Alright, I'll admit it, the character is kinda cute, like, I like rainbow hair, but in real life, So MC is as interested in her as he is in the other girls. However, Reitanna feels she doesn't have a chance against the other girls. Probably because you don't. In her opinion, Natsuki is cuter, Sayori's cute and is MC's lifelong best friend, Yuri is hot, and Monica is beautiful and talented. When faced with jealousy, Reitanna will forget her own talents and feel like everyone else is better than her. So anytime MC wants to hang out with her, Ray says, "You don't have to. I mean, if you want to hang out with the other girls, I understand." That's kinda manipulative. She loses a bit of her spunk when she says it. Okay, spunk in British means cum, so that's kind of funny. It's up to the player to pick up on her hint and stay with her, or be oblivious and hang out with someone else. Yeah, oblivious, and not like, oh, I don't know, pick up on her manipulative tendencies. Women, am I right? Shut the fuck up. Like, why did you have to say this? Pretty sure that's just you, not women in general. Ugh. She's like, she really is the definition of a fucking pick-me girl. When MC offers her chocolate, she lights up and is very happy to eat it. If she's in a bad mood, this offering will cheer her up. In this completely unrelated sentence, at some point Reitanna reveals that she likes rock/heavy metal music. There's something funny about this cutesy, fluffy girl liking rock music. I don't know. Personally, my interests are all over the place. I like cutesy stuff and dark stuff and like whatever. Backstory. Reitanna suffers from manic depression, social anxiety disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Her parents were not good parents, and while her father was kept out most of her life, her mother physically, emotionally, and mentally abused her. She ended up becoming a sociopath. Okay. This part I'm not really sure about. I mean, all of this seems to be based on her actual backstory. I'm pretty sure she never actually got diagnosed, but I could be wrong. I mean, personally, I think she's just autistic with low empathy, but I could be wrong. At least that's what my experience is. Though when on medication, her stable emotions tend to make it easier to empathize with people who suffer or have suffered similar experiences to hers, whether or not as bad or way worse. Yeah, because trauma is a fucking competition, I guess. Her mother was an alcoholic, did drugs, slept with many very scary men, hoarded animals that she wouldn't care for, instead leaving Ray to do the work, and even completely neglected or forgot about Reitanna, leaving her home alone the entire day, even as a child, or forgetting to unlock the door so that Reitanna has to sit outside of her home after school for many hours until her mother returned from God knows where, way after Ray's bedtime. Sorry that happened to you and stuff, but like, what does this have to do with Doki Doki Literature Club? I'm not reading all the trauma dumping. It's on screen if you want to see it. There she is talking about how Yuri is into self-harm sexually, and again, I still don't think that's the case. Oh my god, I didn't read this part. Reitanna resents her entire family, and she treats them as if they were strangers, including her brother, who ran away from their mother when Reitanna was just a child, leaving her to experience her mother getting worse and worse. That's not the fucking brother's fault, you asshole. As an adult, you should understand this. Reitanna feels that she gets along better with animals than humans, as any animal seems to take a liking to her, even if they behave aggressively to others. She Yeah, because Reitanna's so special. She considers them individuals. Again, you're not the only person that does this. So she speaks to them and gives them the affection that they deserve. Animals seems to be... Why can't I read for shit today? Animals seem to be able to tell that she has no intention of hurting them. If there's an animal within petting distance, she is much less shy around people. More trauma dumping. Suicide attempt. No sense of time. I mean, I once admitted to my therapist like 4 years ago that I have no sense of time either. And he basically told me to go outside. And I know Reitanna doesn't really go outside either, so she should try it. Picking at her skin. Had many relationships. She planned to kill herself after he broke up with her. With Reitanna, it's really hard to tell who's abusing who. I mean, maybe it was mutual, maybe this guy was just normal, who fucking knows? He told Reitanna to stay away from him for an entire week, but he ended up playing with her head and hugging her when she was crying. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of context we're missing there. Making it seem like he was going to stay. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Why? What the fuck does a hug have to do with staying or not? He did not stay and went out with another girl immediately, suggesting he had been cheating. Okay, that's... You're making a lot of assumptions here. Many of her exes have described her as being clingy and crazy. Interesting. But after being on medication, she was more under control and had one relationship where she actually broke up with her boyfriend, and it was not dramatic. Huh! Interesting. So, everyone always breaks up with her, and it's always dramatic. That's really telling. Reitanna, though an introvert, has an innate fear of being completely alone. She's fine being alone during the day, but if she were to live alone, she wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm kind of that way too. I don't really like the idea of living alone. It freaks me out, like anything can happen. Especially since I don't really talk to my neighbors in general. She also cannot go out in public alone. She must have someone she trusts with her, someone she can cling to if a stranger unknowingly gets too close to her. It's easier to have fun in public if she's in an arcade, fun center, or theme park, but money issues prevent things like that from happening too often. Talking about her mental illness. Additionally, her overall behavior will seem much more childish, as if she actually were a child. Pouting, feeling entitled to things, and getting fussy when she doesn't get what she wants, argues when someone compliments her by downing herself. Yeah... Why are we supposed to like this character? And Reitanna in general? Like, she sounds fucking insufferable. And, like, manipulative. Making people feel bad for not hanging out with her, even if it's for a completely illogical reason. Ugh. When hypermanic, she acts more like Sayori, but can be uncontrollably obnoxious, loud, hyper, and can cause harm to herself without meaning to. What the fuck do you mean by that last part? She basically acts like a hyperactive young child. What's with her in saying she acts like a child? It's kind of weird. But funnily enough, she will be motivated to work on stuff, starting projects she will likely never finish. I don't care about her depressive episode. It is possible to bring her into neutral if she's in this state by letting her interact with an animal or giving her sweets, which is less effective, but makes it easier to joke with her and get her to smile and laugh. Again, I don't know what most of this shit has to do with Doki Doki. Like, she's basically writing a fucking diary entry at this point. And she expects me to read all this? Like, look at this scroll bar over here. It's all the way up there. And that is a small scroll bar. Um... If depression... Okay, cutting herself, sobbing for no reason, because her mind won't stop telling her what's wrong with her. Oh my god, break up your fucking paragraphs. She'll feel completely alone and helpless, and her self-hatred is at a much higher level. This behavior happens every other day or so during a depression episode. Oh, good lord, this one. The worst stage is when she has an attack. I don't really know what she means by attack. Like, is it related to the manic stuff, or is it related to, like, autism? I don't know. It's like a child throwing a tantrum. Yeah, there it is again. Except the child is stronger and bigger, and she's a danger to herself and anyone around her who tries to calm her down. She screams, sobs hysterically, tells people trying to help her that she hates them, even if she doesn't. She'll bite, scratch, bang her head on the wall, throw and break things, threaten to kill people, and constantly wonders at the top of her lungs why mommy didn't love her. Okay, I have mommy issues too, but like, maybe go to therapy? Not only that, but Reitanna seems equally enraged, trying to be as threatening and scary as possible without realizing it. Okay, that's kind of dumb. I'll constantly fight at anyone who touches her, and struggles if someone manages to pin her down. Who the fuck is pinning her down during this? That just seems like it'll make it worse. The best way to end these attacks is to pin her down, as she is not as strong as she wishes to be, and will scream bloody murder to the point where you have to cover her mouth with your hands, which she will try to bite. Keep her pinned while her screaming eventually turns to sobbing. And she's not struggling anymore. Okay, this just seems like abuse in a way. It's safe to release her when the crying is stopped, or stopped altogether. Like, this paragraph is very detailed, so clearly she's done this a lot. She will allow you to hold her and comfort her, and she will not try to harm you or herself. These attacks only happen when her depression episodes get extremely bad, especially when Reitanna bottles up her feelings. I was unaware she bottles up her feelings, considering how she trauma dumps so much, like on her YouTube and WordPress. She won't remember what happens during them, having to rely on whoever witnessed it to tell her. However, these attacks can be caused by PTSD triggers as well, or when someone is bullying her to an extreme level. aka PTSD. Act 2! All of that was in Act 1. Isn't that so fun? Doesn't she sound like a great person and a great character that you want to know more about and be friends with? Maybe even date? Especially considering, like, Sayori is there, and she's way better. Act 2. I sort of listed some things in the backstory. Reitanna is only a tiny bit self-aware. Okay, what she means by this is, like, she's aware that she's in a game. I don't know why. Like, again, there's no explanation for this, and it only seems like she's trying to be special. It mentions Anatir, which is basically like her fucking, I don't know exactly what it is. It's like a mental illness sona or something. She calls Anatir an other, and she made different others for different mental illnesses for her characters. I don't know, it's stupid. Anatir is as self-aware as Monica. I don't really know the extent of Anatir's powers. I don't know why she has powers in general, because she's like a mental health thing, whatever. But if Reitanna has an other, then why don't the other characters? Unless we're trying to say that Reitanna is like a real person that was trapped in a simulation, but I doubt that. It never states anything like that. Sayori is no longer in the game, and Reitanna doesn't remember her suicide, but it has affected her, as if she's aware that something important is missing. I mean, that's kind of cool, but again, there's no explanation as to why she's self-aware, so that's not good enough. Unlike in Act 1, Reitanna will not be on any medication, having suddenly refused to take it. Okay. You gonna tell me why? You're not even gonna, like, bring up Monica and say that, like, she decided that Reitanna won't take the medication? Fucking god. All this rambling, and then you just don't answer the most important questions. This will make it harder for MC to get her to open up to him, or even make eye contact, then why even bother at that point? She'll keep her distance from him and not touch him, flinching if he moves toward her too fast, and visibly jumping and yelping at any loud sounds. Her body will also be constantly trembling, and it will spasm every so often. I believe she trembles constantly in real life. She made a series called Into the Mind, like, in 2013? And I watched it before a couple times, and I believe she mentions, like, she had some issue with meds, I think, and maybe she took too many at one time, and that's why the trembling happened. I don't know if she still trembles. I don't even know how that shit works. I'm just taking your word for it. When first trying to meet her, she seems really mean and intimidating. But you'll find out she's just shy. She's afraid of you. Okay, well, again, why even bother with this bitch? On day 1, she'll be in a neutral state, showing only her anxiety and PTSD symptoms. MC knows that she seems a lot like Yuri, though paranoid and jumpy. Reitanna is definitely afraid of embarrassing herself, and any tiny embarrassing moment will seem like the world just saw her naked. Still, she enjoys the sweets, talks to her rat and charmer, and will share her poems. I think it mentions later in this description what kind of poems she writes, so we'll get to that when we get to it. She plays with her fidget spinner often, and if her hands are empty, I don't care. Other than this obvious anxiety, Reitanna appears normal, able to smile and laugh, and is polite toward Monica. On day 2, Reitanna is having a hypermanic episode, seeming a lot like Sayori did. but it escalates to more of a Pinkie Pie type behavior as the day goes on. Okay, I don't know if she means Pinkie Pie in the show or Pinkie Pie in Muffins, because they behave pretty differently. She blatantly makes perverted jokes and swears without consideration of anyone else's feelings. Also, she tries to get most of NC's attention, visibly flirting. She wants to help Yuri make tea, she wants everyone to read a poem, she wants to share a new manga with Natsuki, and disobeys Monica in silly ways, like being positive and dismissive at the same time. Why does Monica tolerate her? Again, I don't really know if this Reitanna character is, like, fictional like the other girls, or like a real person trapped in a simulation. I'm leaning more toward the latter because, like, she has a really developed backstory, and plus there's that slight bit of self-awareness. Again, I don't know, that's just my theory. I don't know how the fuck she got in there. Like, if Monica wanted a self-aware friend to be with her, she could have chosen someone less insufferable. Reitanna also pretends a lot harder that Charmer's curse, and will give her Rat lots of love, even setting him on her shoulder. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? When Yuri and Natsuki fight, Reitanna will snap into a depressive episode, the yelling having triggered PTSD flashbacks, and she'll hide in the closet, hugging her rat and crying. Monica will tell the MC that Natsuki and Rei will not remember the event. On day 3, Natsuki has no recollection of the fight, but Reitanna is depressed. She doesn't remember it happening, but it still triggered her, and she seems more intimidated by Yuri. I'm not gonna repeat myself again. It's noted that Reitanna left her rat at home because something must have frightened me yesterday. I don't want risking him getting hurt. You've been risking him. Like, leave him the fuck home instead of taking him to school. Ow. And what's the point of bringing the rat or the plushie if none of the characters, like, comment on it? Like, I feel like Sayori and Natsuki would like to see a cute little rat, but again, they just don't say anything. She's a bit unresponsive during the first part of the day, but will cheer up when it's time to share poems. However, MC will accidentally trigger her somehow. Somehow. Like, for fuck's sake, you couldn't have come up with a single goddamn reason. And Rei gets pouty and aggressive, suggesting that MC doesn't actually care about the poem or her, because she's a manipulative bitch, and just decided to stop taking her meds. She says she should just give up and stop trying. Yeah. And she takes her poem from MC and tears it up, starting to cry. MC will be given a choice to apologize or let her be alone. It's kind of funny. I mean, if I had that choice, I would not apologize to her. If he apologizes, Reitanna will yell at him that he doesn't mean it, that sorry it means nothing, and that he doesn't even know what he's apologizing for. Okay, if that's the reaction, then I'm definitely not apologizing to her. Then she will sit at a desk and continue crying. If he chooses to leave her alone, she only sits at the desk and cries. When Monica brings up the festival, Rei will suddenly be excited as if nothing upset her at all. But when Natsuki starts complaining, Reitanna will talk about what she wants, that Natsuki is selfish. Oh, that's ironic. And when Natsuki leaves, Rei will fall into a depressive state and say it doesn't matter, that the festival is pointless, and she leaves. On day 4, Reitanna looks a bit ill. Her eyes are listless at certain points with heavy shadows beneath her eyes. Her emotions rapidly change frequently. She almost speaks like a child. Can you stop with the fucking child thing? I mean, I know you're into children, but stop. Can you? She'll cry at any little thing, and will sit at a desk and thump her head against it. Yeah, that won't be annoying at all. When she shares her poem, it's different handwriting and says, "Come with me, and then you'll see how happy we'll be when we're gone." I don't know if she made that up, or if it's a reference to something, because she does include references to stuff from time to time, but at the same time she also writes edgy shit, so who knows. When MC puts the paper down, he gets to talk to Anichi for a while. Talk is kind of a strong word, because, like, considering that MC isn't really a character in Act 2, because, like, the characters are supposed to be talking directly to the player. Anna's speaking font is ill omen. When she's done, she'll glitch back into Reitanna, who looks even more ill, stares at MC for a moment, and then leaves. It's kind of weird that Anna Tier has her own, like, special font, when none of the other glitches do, to my knowledge. Monica signs everyone tasks for the festival, and she suggests Reitanna, for all the silly little doodles you do, and maybe choose some music while you're at it. Good music, please, no rock. Reitanna, offended, mentions that she wouldn't choose that genre for an event like this, and she keeps her eyes on the president as if we're preparing to kill her. I mean, no shit. Considering Reitanna's expressed, like, murderous intent in real life, yeah, I don't think this is a Doki Doki Act 2 thing. I'm pretty sure she's just a cunt. When arguing who gets to spend the weekend with MC, she sits on the floor by the closet, but MC gets an option to choose her anyway. If you manage to click it, you get the same result as with Yuri and Natsuki. When Yuri pushes Natsuki and Monica out of the room, she doesn't realize Reitanna's still there, watching her MC, who does notice her. When Yuri asks MC if he'll be her lover, is supposed to ask Reitanna for help, and she just laughs in a way that says, "You're such a pathetic fool." Yeah, of course she just goes, again, I'm not gonna state it again, I just hate this person. And that's really saying something because I don't really hate people that much. Yuri will stab herself to death, and while she is, Reitanna will blush with horror, not knowing that that happened. Oh wow, for once she's not self-aware, interesting. And she starts crying when Yuri drops to the floor. She'll grab Yuri's knife and point it at MC, blaming him for her suicide, even though he didn't do anything wrong. In fact, he didn't do anything, period. Sobbing and screaming about how he's caused 2 deaths now, even though she does not mention who the first one was. She accuses MC of trying to make her and Natsuki kill themselves too. And she says he's about to get his wish, holding the knife to her throat. Again, just her being manipulative. Honestly, just fucking do it at this point. But she glitches into Anatir, and the knife drops. Anatir will play her little game with MC. Okay, I don't know what that implies. Beating him down while forced to stay in the room with Yuri's body. Since she doesn't need sleep, she stays with MC all weekend, sometimes going silent and stabbing the body with the knife. Anna will flirt with MC, saying this never would have happened if you fell in love with Reitanna. How's that flirting? And more manipulation, and sometimes will act like an excited child, asking MC to play board games with her. Toward the end of the weekend, Anna will simply sit next to MC and hum her lullaby. When Natsuki enters the room, Anna will vanish. Natsuki will scream and throw up, and then Anna will stab her in the lower back from behind. Why? You're not the one who's supposed to kill Natsuki, you know. She'll laugh like a maniac, and then glitch back into Reitanna, who looks even sicker. With the knife in hand, Reitanna looks at both of the bodies, then the knife, and assumes she had an attack that killed both of her friends. Wait, so Anatir in Reitanna's writing is always treated as like a different entity, but like, is she actually Reitanna, or is she like some kind of like possession thing? I don't know. She completely loses it, not saying anything to MC, and throws herself out the window. That's kind of funny. Glitches. Okay, I didn't read most of this upcoming section last night, so this will be new to me as well. When Monica changes Reitanna's dialogue, her eyes become listless, and she will be forced to express self-hatred. Yeah, forced? I mean, she hasn't been fucking doing that the entire time? Or that Mommy didn't love her. She will also mention her nightmares, vaguely referencing Sayori's suicide. Also, why is Reitanna's mental health and like dreams and stuff so important, but like the other characters just aren't? Again, Mary Sue. On a separate occasion, Monkia will force Reitanna to say, you killed her, you know? This is her blaming the player for Sayori's death in Act 1. Yeah, no fucking shit, I already figured that out. When her emotions are at their highest point, she will momentarily glitch into Anatir, no matter which kind of episode she is having. Anatir's font is different when she speaks. I assume that's the ill omen thing she mentioned earlier. An accidental scene will show Reitanna having a violent attack. Okay, how? I mean, that's kind of hard to like portray if you're not animating anything. And when MC tries to help, the game crashes and goes back to the point before the scene. You actually have to reopen the game, but you'll be brought straight into it, skipping the intro and menu. The smaller glitches that happen in-game are Reitanna's sprite being mixed with Anatir's, Reitanna's sprite disappearing and leaving Charmer floating in midair. Okay. The game will get a close-up of Anna's face and her nose will bleed. Random events. In Act 2, if Reitanna feels you're not paying enough attention to her, she'll threaten to kill herself. And will show MC both of her wrists. Do it. Sometimes, when you turn on the game, instead of the warning, you might get a message that says, the further you go, the darker it gets. Yeah, I can see that line happening in, Doki Doki. On rare occasions, upon starting the game, Anatir will replace Reitanna's menu sprite. In the classroom, there's a chance a poster will show a demonic version of Charmer. Why does she care so much about this stupid fucking doll? There are also chances that Reitanna's eyes will turn into Anatir's eyes. Sometimes Anatir will show herself for a second, her yellow eye now being red. I just realized something. Like, why is there so much emphasis being placed on Anatir if she doesn't really do anything? When writing a poem, Reitanna's sticker has a rare chance of turning it into Anatir's sticker when clicking on one of Reitanna's negative words. Like, I get it, Anna is like slightly worse, but again, Reitanna is just horrendous, so it's not much different. A secret poem will be written by Anna. Another secret poem? Okay, are you not gonna fucking tell me the poem? Another secret poem will cause an image file called You Lied to show up out of game. And it will reveal a child's drawing of a mother hitting her daughter as she says, I love you. If you delete everyone's character file except Reitanna's, the game will skip the intro and show a picture of Reitanna's body from above, mangled and surrounded by glass. The result of jumping out the window. There's the sound of an ambulance. Wait, who called the ambulance, and how did they get there so fast? If you change Reitanna.chr to rat.chr, the game will show you a clip of a cute dancing rat. Amazing. If you change it to Anatir.chr, Reitanna's suicide picture will be accompanied by a music box version of Anatir's lullaby. Okay, what's that supposed to do? I mean, it doesn't really seem all that interesting. When the game restarts without Monica, and Sayori is president, Reitanna will show no shy behavior. That's it? Like, is she still a bitch? Is she on her meds? I mean, presumably. Does she have a fucking job? Poems. Reitanna's poem font is Smudger LET. Anatir's poem font is My Scars. Bunch of titles. Anatir's secret poem. Remember when you couldn't see me? She hid me from you, and for good reason. Yeah, well, she didn't hide it very well, did she? She likes to hide me from everyone. But you did something, didn't you? You made her let me out. Or was it someone else? No, It was you. It's your fault. The first time is your fault too. Yeah, it's always everyone else's fault, never Reitanna's, because she's special. Secret poem. Upbringing. Okay. Word favor. Animal, dessert, color, cartoons, metal, rock, art, doll, plushies, bright, lemonade, rat, smoky, sweet, eccentric, love, daydream, success, fuzzy, snuggle, arcade, clay, sexy. What the fuck? Milkshake, pizzazz. Is that spelled correctly? I don't know. I never use the word pizzazz, so. Space, pet, random, draw, computer, sing, start. Oh, she does sing. I completely forgot about that. Star, rainbow, awesome, laugh, smile, sweet, party, silly, emotion. I feel like some of these are already in the game and are already used for different characters. Like, I feel like silly would be Natsuki. Emotion, guilt, abuse, mother, paranoia, hate, murder, unpredictable, death, medicine, depression, childhood, monster, that's pretty accurate, manic, tantrum, fear, nightmare, flashback, scary, worry, broken, alone, / gore, kill, rage, sensitive, that's true as well, tears, scars, sleepless, sociopath. Sociopath's kind of goofy, I don't know why. Loathe, society. Violence, misery, liar, vicarious, cold, lost, mistake, worthless. Special cutscenes. 1. If your first poem appeals to Reitanna, you get to join her in playing with a rat. It's kind of funny when you say rat is a euphemism. This is when she explains that she loves animals and what they do for her. MC will ask about Charmer, and she'll tell him about him and his fictional backstory. Did she ever say the fictional backstory? I say that as if I give a shit. MC will also ask if Reitanna's parents are okay with rats, and she'll mention that she lives with her grandmother. In Act 2, some of her dialogue will change to reveal that she was abused. Reitanna will also mention she's picky when it comes to things like books and music. She will screw up some of her words. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go tell MC that Reitanna's terrified of embarrassing herself. So much so, she'd not just cry over spilled milk, she'd hate herself for days. Oh my god, get over it. If your second poem appeals to Reitanna, she'll show MC a comic strip she drew. Oh god, it better not be fucking... What was it called? That story, that romance story about fucking, the Invader Zim characters. I can't remember what it was called. And they'll eat chocolate. In Act 2, she'll make fun of herself for being fat, but she still keeps eating sweets. She shows the second one, which is unfinished, and MC helps her come up with an ending. They laugh a lot because it's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sure you, with your allegedly amazing sense of humor, it's gonna be, I don't know, knowing you as probably some fucking weed smoker being slaughtered for no reason. By the way, I have smoked weed before, Reitanna, so suck it. In Act 2, she will get bored of that comic and start a different one that does not get finished either. If you choose to spend time with Reitanna over the weekend, notice how it says if, she'll come to MC's house and they'll sit together in the living room with paper, colored pencils, and scissors so that Ray can draw cute animals doing things with books. What the fuck do you mean by that? Doing things with books? I mean, there's only so much you can do with a book. She mentions that MC didn't need to help her, that her work was fine for one person, but he says he wanted to see more of her art. Okay. I mean, her art is average, I guess. Mine is too. I'm not saying that it's not, or that my art is like way better than hers, but I'm just saying. While she draws, MC uses his book to look for music that they can both agree would be appropriate, but they end up settling on some jazz and classical music. As time passes, Ray will start feeling down, and when MC asks what's wrong, she'll mention that she forgot to bring her medication. If it affects you this much to not be on medication, you'd think you'd, like, go out of your way to make sure you don't forget it. Am I stupid for saying that? Like, she's a grown-ass adult, both in the game and in real life. Or, I'm sorry, she's a teenager. Explaining what it's for and that she was missing her second dose. This causes her to cry, saying the MC wouldn't want to hang out with her because she's not normal. Yeah, and also because you're a massive bitch. And he hugs her, comforting her and telling her that her disabilities don't make her any less wonderful. You know, soppy romantic crap. I didn't know he said that. I actually need a moment to think. Oh my god. When they're outside, Ray thanks MC and they almost kiss. But Sayori interrupts and Reitanna asks if she's okay, if she wanted to hang out. But Sayori refuses, which makes Ray concerned. But she senses that Sayori just wanted to be with MC, and she leaves while feeling guilty. About what? About the mental health thing, or about Sayori? Or both? Other stuff. When Sayori starts to feel depressed, Reitanna is able to cheer her up a bit until Monica decides to speak with Sayori alone. Yeah, because Reitanna is so special and amazing, and she can cure Sayori's depression, and she can cure cancer, and world hunger. She'll mention to MC that Sayori sometimes needs someone else to be her sunshine, but does not reveal she has depression out of respect. She tells MC that it is important to him to always be there for her and to not leave her alone. Oh, thank God we're almost done. When Sayori leaves, Reitanna gets worried and tells MC to check on her when he goes home, knowing they're neighbors. When MC first chooses to hang out with her on the weekend, she tells MC to invite Sayori over too, but Monica reminds everyone that she and Sayori were working on the festival projects together, so Sayori would be busy. This is a lie, of course. What? Are they... I don't know, man. But she tells Monica to tell Sayori that she loved if the three of them can hang out. In Act 1, when Yuri and Natsuki argue, MC can choose whether he agrees with Natsuki, Yuri, calls Sayori for help, or asks Reitanna's opinion. It's always Reitanna, isn't it? If he chooses Sayori, Rei will strongly agree with what she says. If he chooses Reitanna, she gives her opinion on the situation and teams up with Sayori to calm the friends down. Wow, she really added a lot to that scene, and this game in general. Reitanna will casually mention her other hobbies and that she's in choir. In Act 1, Day 4, I don't remember which one that is, Rei will bring matching beaded bracelets for everyone that say literature as a symbol to unite them as club members. Am I missing anything? Yeah, fucking brain. Dosi? What is that? This is my first attempt to add a personality to Dosi version of Reitanna. She's a mix of my cartoon self and my real self. Wow, I never figured that out. Though in Act 2, mostly my real self and off my meds. Oh, it's almost like you should take your fucking meds. This character would exist with the main characters instead of being in a game with a bunch of new ones. And that's because I thought it'd be interesting to see how she reacts to the main 4 girls. Note that this may contain spoilers from the actual game. As well as sensitive material that is very personal to me. Again, like, there was no point in giving her such a detailed backstory. Act 2 behavior is also magnified to be more extreme than it is in real life. I doubt that. I mean, you sound like a fucking asshole and a crazy person, so you never know what's real and what's Monica. Please be respectful in the comments. No. And comments are disabled because her account is like deactivated by DeviantArt itself. I don't remember or care about the full story, but she posted a picture that the DeviantArt staff didn't like, and she tried to guilt trip them to give her back her account, and they just didn't, so good on them. Because this is a draft, I don't know if there's too much or too little information. Oh, I can give you some fucking ideas on that. A lot of this stuff can be condensed into shorter dialogue. Yeah, I can! Why didn't you do that, huh? Also, I listed poems/songs I've already written. Should I do it that way or write new poems? Alright, let's look at the fucking comments. Don't harass any of these people, alright? I so want someone to do... What the fuck? Why is my screen freaking out? I so want someone to do a DDLC mod with all of this in it. I don't. That sounds like a fucking torture trial. And Reitanna says, I'm probably gonna try at some point, but I don't understand coding too well, so it will most likely fail. I'm pretty sure she did cancel this mod. I mean, I haven't heard anything about it. What the fuck is this idiot talking about? Each part is extremely detailed, except for the shit I mentioned earlier. I don't believe you missed anything. Oh, how about you reread it, huh? Find the glitches between Reitanna. I don't care. This is amazing. I should mention that most of these people were likely teenagers or kids back when this was written. I mean, I know I was only 15. It's something incredibly detailed. I can't think of anything you missed. Like, you covered everything. I really admire how, like, I guess to say, dedicated you are to this game. It's not really a story. I really enjoyed this. I might make fan art of your character. I still can't get over how that fucking rat is just an emoji. I gotta say, you can really design a colorful person that isn't an eyesore. I mean, well, I'm gonna put something on screen that is an eyesore, so congratulations. And there's her, like, guilt tripping someone, I guess. Oh god, a comment from when I was 15. Okay, so there's these stickers. I think they look pretty good. Yeah, this is her annotator thing. Ah, she actually bothered to draw the fucking rat this time. Probably. I still don't know what the hell annotator is supposed to do. I also didn't want to use Sayori's hair, but I used Sayori's hair. Okay. Too cute. I love how you tell us not to trace or recolor your art, but that's literally what you did for us. I know your comment is a bit old, but finally there's something... Okay, and then... Can I heart these comments? Oh, I can, even though comments are turned off. Interesting. I know your reply is a bit old, but this... I don't know what this is. So the people here without a brain are you and OP. Also, you might want to read my reply to them and then learn how to be nice. You're the one who needs to learn how to be nice. And there's her. I'm waiting for your apology. In 2018, she never got one. Dumb shit. And... You say these are poor quality. Yeah, Reitanna always talks down her art. Ah, page not found. Interesting. Yeah, she always talks down her art and like fishes for compliments. It's so fucking annoying. What the hell is she talking about here? Poor quality, sweetie, these are adorable. I guess you can't tell if you don't know what you're looking for. The fuck are you talking about? And here's something she made. I assume this is music? I mean, I like the thumbnail, kind of. That's it. I don't feel like clicking on it. Oh my god, what is this design? Holy fuck. This is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. Okay, we're getting a little off topic. Oh, and here's the title screen. I don't know what this is about, but there's her character, so... Doki Doki Rainbow. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Like, I get that her hair is rainbow and she is part of the game, but it's not like she's a main character. Alright, what the fuck is that?